Hello guys, we're doing a new series and it's called SC2 Talk.
With your host, Deathperk,
Deathperk, Code.
and our topic for today is, does Terran take more micro?
Does Terran take more micro? That is the question. So, this guy named Javad on the forums, this is actually a popular post made this week. And we want you guys to sit back and enjoy.
And definitely have your comments about anything we might say or anything like that, or what your opinions are on this. But yeah, so you start off, Code.
Okay, so the question asks, what micro does Terran take that doesn't have an equivalent in both other races? What do you think? I think Terran takes a bit of micro.
Yeah, I think it takes a bit more micro, but not a ton. Like they'll have like a lot of drops and they have all their stutter step in the middle of a battle. But other races also have like you have Storm and all that stuff. But the counter to that would be you could say Terran has all the ghosts and they could be picking off other spellcasters with EMPs and all that stuff. So it's really hard to tell because both every time you come up with a new thing, it always has a counter to that.
That's true. And another counter, Blink Stalkers. That's some intense micro.
That is. That is.
I mean, if you're pro, that is intense. But I can see why Terran takes micro because of, Banshees harassing the probe line or worker line. What else? Marines against, not Banshees, Banelings.
Yeah, marine splitting. That's pretty intensive.
Yeah. So Javad also makes a point. He also says, I've seen Zerg and Protoss stutter step plenty. It works better as Terran because of an instant attack, smart fire Marines.
Which makes
Um,
sense.
yeah. How do you stutter step as Zerg or Protoss?
It's basically the same way, but you have to wait a little bit because they have to have a fire for it's like 1/10 of a second or something it takes to like have them actually fire
Instead
after
of
stopping.
Marines. Instead of Marines, they automatically just start
Yep,
firing.
like the siege tank, they have an instant. Like you see the siege tank is just a flash, and that counts as the fire.
Yeah.
So the instant attack kind of thing is definitely an advantage because there was a custom game that came out not like a month or two ago. It was SC2 Master, and
Oh, that.
yeah, one of the things was um, you had a siege tank and you had a medevac, and then it was against three stalkers, and you had
Oh,
to.
that was so painful.
That was definitely very hard to do. I mean,
Yes, that was intense
that
micro.
versus roaches is bad enough, but when they can actually target the medevac is terrible. So because you got to micro that thing in and out of the medevac, like you have to time it just right so that the stalker's fire misses the siege tank and goes and hits the ground instead. And then you have to keep putting it in and out of the medevac until you kill the stalkers with the instant attack on the siege tank.
Yeah, that's yeah, doing it against roaches is pretty hard.
Well, yeah, with stalkers it's worse because they kill your medevac.
Yeah, and I was also looking at a pro streaming. Oh, I forgot who it was. It was a Protoss player. A Terran was basically wiping out his base with Banshees, and what the Protoss had was a Stalker and what do you call it? A War Prism, and he was just microing like the Siege Tank and Medevac.
Wow, that's pretty intense.
Yeah, that's so. In a way, Terran does take a little bit more micro, but in other ways, other races also take micro.
All right, so a post from Javat. It's it's a little farther down, I think. No, it's right under the one you just talked about. It's from actually Ball too. He's kind of commenting on what he said. So Javat said being able to queue units is macro, and this is advantage, not a disadvantage. And Ball says actually queuing units is a disadvantage. It's only helpful in that it is less inefficient than idling. Now Javat says in here to that what I just read, I propose the following buff to Terran. Remove queues. I think that would hurt them.
Yeah, in a way.
So actually hurt them quite a bit. Unless you're really good with hotkeys.
You know, I think pros queue up so they can micro. That's what I think.
Yeah, yeah. But you also see them hitting those hotkeys a lot. Like, if you've ever seen, like, I think there was, I don't know, there was a YouTube video where it was a bunch of, like, Koreans, like, actually seeing them playing the game, like, not from the, like, seeing what they're doing on the keyboard and stuff.
Oh,
That's just insane. Like, because
interesting.
I don't know, they're just hitting so many buttons at the same time. There's no doubt that they're queuing up units while in the middle of the battle. So they're probably not queuing up to like the full queue, I guarantee it, but they're definitely queuing.
They're fast. They're really fast.
Now the thing with warp gates is you can't queue like that. You always have to be waiting for that to cool down and then reuse it again.
Well, except warp gates also have the button on the right-hand side. You can just click it, and then you have a bunch of gates ready.
Right. Otherwise, you can just hit W.
Yeah, that's true.
So we have kind of strayed away from our question. We haven't really done much.
About Terran Micro?
Yeah. So, I don't know. It's kind of, I'd say it's almost a draw here.
Yeah.
It's because everything you come up with is another new thing that you could say.
I'm reading down on the forums. There's some pretty funny stuff on here.
Oh,
You
yeah,
guys
yeah. Like, here's
take a look at it.
There's, Terranic 2 said, the micro requirements for Terran shoot through the roof, while the micro requirements for other races eventually start to flatline or sometimes even drop off. Now, Koranen says, yeah, Zerg's done this is really bad English. Yeah, Zerg's done using neural parasite or fung growth. They never drop or use surrounds. And then here's the second part. Yeah, Taz never casts Psystorm. Sentries never use Force Field or Guardian Shield. And Phoenix works automatically. Yeah, it's pretty, I don't know, that's another counter. So you can't really say, I'd almost say it's equal for most of these.
Yeah, in a way. But one thing for Zerg, I think the only thing I see for Zerg as micro is fungal growth and neuroparasite and the drops.
The other major thing is larvae.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's a lot right there.
That's right.
And
queens.
There is the one trick where you can just put all your queens on one hotkey, hit V, hold down shift, and hit backspace and just keep clicking. And that works really well. So, but yeah, I'd definitely say Terran might take a little more, but not much.
I think stutter stepping is, I don't know, I only stutter step when I'm taking up buildings.
Really?
Well, against
you
bigger
don't
units
stem and then
too.
stutter step into an army, ever?
No, I just send them to attack and I'm macro back in my base.
Yeah, I think you could be quite a bit more effective if you stutter step.
All right, I'm not a pro at StarCraft. Okay, not anymore.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Hey, there's another one. Another article I want you to see. It's how to play PvP 100% safe.
Yeah, so that's next video then?
Yes. It's we could do it in this series if you want.
Yeah, yeah. So from what I've seen, it's definitely a safer way to play, but
It's yeah.
I don't know
But
how safe it really could be.
this guy is high masters.
Oh yeah, he's high masters and he's what, low masters on the Korean server, which is hard to do.
That's yeah.
Very hard to
That's
do,
hard to do.
which is especially since it's all in a different language.
Yes. But the Korean server is pretty intense.
Yeah, from what I've heard.
I've won all 5 matches on my account, but I still got placed in bronze.
That's rough.
That is rough.
So that's a Korean
But this
server
guy,
account then?
yeah. What do you think of this guy's build? PvP build.
Well, I haven't seen the whole video yet, so let's save that for the next one of these series. So, but yeah, from what I've seen so far, it's pretty solid.
Yeah. Just giving you guys a sneak peek.
So yeah, feel free to post your opinions in the comments below.
And we'll continue this for as long as we can.
Yep. So awkward silence time?
Yeah. Pretty much. All right. I'll see you guys next time.
Yep.
I'm Code.
I'm Deathperk.
Signing off.